And we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing post CPI? And I honestly hope you did not get clapped last night. How's everyone doing this morning? Audio good? Should be. Chad, let me know how everyone is doing this morning. Good morning, Waden. NFP, what am I talking about? FOMC, good morning, Jason, good morning. It was carnage last night. I do feel a lot of guys got clapped. last night. We're just gonna give it a few more minutes, wait for everybody to get in, and then we're gonna jump straight into the analysis. The market assassin joining me this morning, Keegan and Caitlin, is on their way to Joburg. Caitlin is competing there in a competition, bodybuilding, fitness, wellness. I'm not always 100% sure, but okay, I need to bring my gain down a little bit. Let me just bring that down. Mo, how's that? Good? Good? Not? Just waiting for Mo to let us know how this audio is. Whether it's too loud, is it too soft, is it too loud, guys? Is it good? Perfect, it is good. Let's go. Firstly, let me know, guys, who took a trade last night and how did it go? Alright, so Jason got clapped. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for that honesty, Jason. I honestly didn't take a trade. I do feel there was opportunity. We'll go through it while we wait for our setups, and then we can have a look at it. Mo, still a little bit peaky, a little bit down. All right, sorry guys, just want to get the audio right. Timothy made some good pips on gold last night. Sweet, as long as you bagged. If you took a loss, that's fine. You obviously learned your lesson, and then my discipline got the better of me. But nonetheless, guys, myself and the market assassin, I do feel there's going to be a lot of opportunities this morning in the market, and we're going to jump straight into it. Firstly, looking at what we've got on the economic calendar for this morning, I don't think there's much going on. Only Bank of England rate decision later this afternoon, 1 o'clock. Basically similar to the FOMC, we've got that for the Bank of England at 1, and then this morning in an hour's time we've got the Swiss franc rate decision. We don't trade any Swiss related pairs on stream, so not really a concern for me. In terms of daily bias, remember we said on the weekly time frame with the XY. Let's quickly go through it. Remember we mentioned at the start of the week we closed bullish above this area right there, looking left. We closed bullish, we created a bottom wick Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we started flipping bullish. Where can we go? If you go and watch Monday's stream, I pointed out, go check Monday's stream. I said our first probable target is this wick fill right here. So still bullish on the week. Daily bias still bullish as well. It is stepping to the upside, but nonetheless yesterday closed bullish, retesting the weekly pivot level right there, breaking structure to the upside. Only thing is we've got no top wick on that candle. That is not too positive for the bulls, but nonetheless we are going with a bullish bias on the day. We came short of the weekly resistance level but I am bullish on the day. Are we going to create some type of bottom wick before we go bullish again? That is still to be seen. 5-minute time frame, let's see where we are with the 5-minute time frame. I just want to get this music a little bit softer. It's throwing me off a bit here. Alright, DXY, Asia lows right here. We had this massive spike to the downside during Asia. I don't know what happened here. I don't know if it's a glitch, but anyway, I'm using this as my Asia range, Asia low, Asia high up here. I want to see what we do at the Asia lows, 105.46. Let's see if we can hold that area for potential continuations. DXY. US 30 weekly, we discussed we were bearish at the start of the week. Remember we mentioned that we failed to close above this area. See this white line right here? Let me just bring this across so you can see. On the weekly time frame, I mentioned at the start, massive rejection there. 3 weeks in a row we tried to get back above that level, even though we closed bullish last week. I did mention we took out the previous week's high right here, and then we came back all the way down. So where can we go on the weekly from here? Weekly time frame already back at this previous level that we were mentioning for the last 2-3 weeks. So if we're going to start flushing here and close the week below inside of this range, next week is going to be quite an easy red week for us to trade. If not, bulls need to step it up in this zone, otherwise things are going to get slippery to the downside. Daily time frame, yesterday perfectly retesting the daily. Weekly pivot again, that is our weekly pivot. Closing bearish. Only thing is yesterday we closed bearish, but bearish above this level looking left. We've already broken yesterday's lows. This makes it a little bit tricky for me, but nonetheless I think if we're going to see some downside momentum, next up 34,100 on US 30, and that is the level that I'll be monitoring for any potential downside moves. So going with a bearish bias on the day, obviously need to see where we are trading on the lower time frames. Dropping down to the 5-minute, let me see where we are. So currently very close to the Asia lows. Daily pivot all the way up here. Are we going to do some type of pullback back to the daily pivot, and then NYSE we drop it back down again? 80 is bearish, nothing supporting any buys. Would I ever say I'm going to monitor the Asia highs as a pullback level, also where the 200 EMA is basically going to cross over into the Asia high, and this is the level that I'll be monitoring. I'm actually going to set some alerts for us at 34,450. If we can get some type of pullback there, then we can potentially look for sells to come and retest the lows here that was formed during Asia. One thing I do need to mention to you guys is that obviously last night, the North American session, the North American traders had the opportunity to react to the press conference, to react to the data. So this morning, for the most part, you're going to see London now getting their chance to react to Powell's press conference, to what the news was. So you can, for the most part, get the same reaction we got last night. This was the reaction post Powell, or during the Powell press conference. So you could get exactly the same move, because now it's the Europeans' chance to react on the data, to react on the press conference, to go through it. So just keep that in mind. Nasdaq, just a quick one again. Weekly time frame, clearly bearish. Last week we closed bearish, retesting this previous area of potential support. We rejected. I also mentioned next up we're gonna retest this level right here. Just looking left, that was a previous area of support, so that is the low-hanging fruit that we're gonna test, and if we go deeper we are gonna come down to this level. So these are the two levels we need to trade through for further downside. Bearish on the week, bearish on the day as well. So Nasdaq quite clear. Let me show you guys what I'm referring to. So Nasdaq closed bearish below this area. Yesterday we also mentioned that, no, Tuesday we mentioned we are bearish as well. So this for me is relatively clean, easy downside targets all the way down here. Are we going to get some type of pullback? Maybe, maybe not. Again, as mentioned, European session, need to see if we get some follow through. 5-minute time frame, 80 is bearish. We are trading below all the EMAs, below the 200. We are quite a bit away from the daily pivot, sitting all the way up here. Where are we going to go from here? Asia highs. I'm going to actually set some alerts right there. Can we get some type of fake out above the Asia high and then come back to short this? That is the idea I've got. Whether we get it, I'm just going to set alerts for us so that we know what we are looking at. Asia high, let's go. USD JPY, what a tricky little pair this week. We were bullish. I mentioned, again, go back to Monday's stream, I mentioned with a very tight weekly closure like we had last week, I said it's going to be quite a volatile, big, expansive week. I was trying the buys, I think it was on Tuesday, got stopped out on the one for -5 pips. Later afternoon, another -5 pips. And now we got to move to the upside. Daily time frame as well. Have we now finally broken out of the zone? Daily clearly bullish, looking left with me. Where can we target next? So obvious targets to the upside, 148.75, only about 40 pips to the upside, but I am bullish on this market going into the session. 5-minute time frame, let's look at where we can potentially trade from. So trading above the daily pivot, Asia lows, actually perfect entry would be daily pivot level, right about this level right here. Also the round psychological number, 148.05. I'm going to set alerts at Asia lows if you don't get that deep, and if we can see a pullback back to the daily pivot, or even potentially Asia lows getting spiked out, then we can retarget Asia session highs. So keep that in mind. Bullish on this market. Pound yen, absolute shit show. Somebody posted in a Discord and I said we've been trading around this weekly pivot level. Let me drop down to a lower time frame. As you can see here, this weekly pivot level, we've been sticking around it. No follow through as of yet. Even if you go on a daily time frame, pound yen, this is absolutely messy. Definitely not the cleanest chart. We were bearish on the week due to the fact we closed bearish, breaking structure. Again, this was all shared on stream on Monday. We started the week bearish, also looking left, we closed below this previous area of support. Can we today finally start moving down? Bank of England later this afternoon, so interesting. Going back to the daily time frame, let me just show you guys on the daily. So I was actually bullish yesterday, that's why this is still showing bullish, and I'll tell you guys now why I was still bullish going into yesterday. So I mentioned the fact that I wasn't actually on stream yesterday, but for me, when I did the analysis, this was the two scenarios that I was working with. We had this potential structure break. Let me just show you to the upside, where we can now continue higher and give us some type of deeper pullback. But I also considered the fact that we were trading up against this previous area of support, now potentially resistance. And if you look at that massive rejection there was a daily rejection, and yeah, again closing bullish below that level. And then obviously fast forward it the next day, this is what we've got. So this was yesterday's candle close, again not breaking to the upside, not breaking to the downside. So now we're technically in this range. This now becomes a range, and we actually need a breakout above the weekly pivot if we want to go long. For the long scenario, and for the short scenario, it's relatively easy. We've got this week to fill. So I'm going bearish on the day. That is where okay, we already filled the wick. Okay, scrap that idea. Let's see where we are on the 5 minute. Guys, nothing on this for me. Trading inside the Asia range. I am literally gonna set alerts here at the weekly pivot. The downside, the advantage point is gone. I don't even think I'm gonna focus on this unless we trade at the weekly pivot. So not even gonna give it the time of day this morning. Weekly pivot, and then we'll see where we are at the open. 13 minutes till the open in London. Gold absolutely destroying accounts yesterday. We mentioned we were bullish on the week due to the fact that we held this area right here. We mentioned that, is this the week where we're going to start seeing price going higher to actually break structure now to the upside, to basically break this downtrend. Currently not looking good. It was looking good at one stage, but now pulling back. Daily time frame. Let's look at the daily time frame. So look left with me, guys. Let me highlight this area. Hope you guys can see this. Support, resistance, resistance, retest. Closing bearish, 2 bearish days. That confirms the resistance for me. I will have to go with bearish on the day, and unless we see a shift on the lower time frames, I'm bearish this market going into today. Let's see where we are. We're still trading above the weekly pivot. Have we tested the weekly pivot this week? No, we have not tested the weekly pivot. So could the weekly pivot be the target for today? 1918. 80 is relatively flat this morning. Still trading below the 200 though. I would actually say your higher probability sells are going to be at the weekly R1. 1935. I'm going to set some alerts at 1935. That is the area that I would consider for further sell continuations. Good morning guys. Hope you all are doing well. So 1935. Let's see if we can push back up into that area and then look for potential selling opportunities. 11 more minutes. GBP USD weekly time frame, very quickly, easily bearish. We mentioned it at the start of the week. This was our target. We've already met our target. That does not mean that we can't go down further, but it just means that the probability becomes less for downside continuation. But we're not going to flip our bias. Jumping down to the daily time frame as well, we have now already tested this area right here. Putting this back on the daily, you can clearly see that this is a key level. where we have tested multiple times and we've had multiple reactions off that level. So trading into a potential support, I am bearish on the day. Let me just revise this. 5-minute time frame, where are we on the day? Quite far below the daily pivot at the weekly S1. Accumulation distribution still pointing bearish, and we've got Asia highs sitting up here, Asia lows. If we get some type of divergence here, guys, I just want to show you, if we can do something like this, I'm open to buys. Even though we're bearish on the day, I am open to the buys because we can easily come back to retest the daily pivot. So I'm just letting you know. And when I talk about divergence, it's basically when price is making lower lows but the AD is making higher highs. So you get something like this. So if we get this type of divergence at the Asia lows, I'm very open to buys. Just putting it out there, but we will see where we are. If we take Asia highs first and we reject, then I will target Asia lows. Easy as that. Let's get our alerts up. Let's get ready for the session. 9 more minutes. Silent, I will get to you in a couple of minutes. Just want to finish the analysis. USD daily time frame bearish. I'm actually staying out of it this week. I need to see some clear move away from 19. Let me just check the lower time frames. Okay, multiple rejections off the weekly pivot. So as you can see here, guys, let me just show you this way. So we traded above it. That was Monday. Tuesday, multiple rejections, tried to regain the weekly pivot last night, rejected it. I'm gonna have to go with bearish on the day. Let's just set our bias. Bearish on the day, and then yeah, no, nothing for me here, guys. I'll monitor this as we open and see where we are in a bit. Euro USD for Amos, weekly bias as mentioned. Let's go to the week. Weekly bias clearly bearish. We did speak about this. Amos right there, previous area of interest. As you can see, closed bearish last week, actually retested this Monday, Tuesday and last night. Rejected, quite easy as to where we go next. This is the first area looking left. We've already tested that once last week, and now again, key area 106.50. If we are going to continue down, we need to get below that level. After that, we're going down to 105.45. 5-minute time frame. Let's just look at the daily quickly. Daily time frame, clear bearish market structure. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. But now we are at a potential support area, but we can't change our bias. I don't know why this is still saying bullish. I think I copied it. Bearish on the day. 5-minute time frame. Let's look at where we are. Chad, Asia highs trading below the daily pivot. I'll monitor Asia highs. If we reject here, I'll look for sells. Otherwise, if we pull back all the way here, I'll still look for sells, depending on where our accumulation distribution is going to sit. So that is the analysis, guys. Now we wait, what is it, 5 more minutes to the open. Let me get to some of the questions. Please, could you explain how you find your daily pivot? Silent, put on your pivot's traditional indicator, drop down to the 5-minute time frame, and this is your daily pivot. As you can see there, it shows you P, that is your daily pivot. Because you mentioned that you use the 4-hour and not the daily. For the weekly pivot, I drop down to the 4-hour time frame, and that little pivot you see on the 4-hour, I mark out. Somebody asked me this as well. I mark that out manually, because remember, your 5-minute pivot and your 4-hour pivot differs, and I specifically mark that out manually, weekly pivot. And if I drop down to the 5-minute, you will see the weekly pivot is there. So weirdly enough, this weekly pivot and daily pivot is sitting very close to one another. I hope that makes sense. Chris, if you break Asia high and hold it, will you consider to go long on GU to the daily pivot? Neil, I'm actually open to buys on GU. My only thing though is I would love for it to first do this. This for me is the ideal buy. Something like this. This is the absolute ideal buy scenario with the divergence. But let's see. I am not close to the idea for buys on GU, but I rather want to sell the Asia highs. Good morning, guys. How is the $100 challenge going? Mfundu, I had 2 resets. I'm currently sitting on my 3rd retry. Basically deposited on Tuesday, I think. Haven't been able to take a trade on it, so I'm starting fresh. Keegan, our main man, he was the guy on form. He was, I think, sitting on 6,000 Rand. He went all in on Monday. I think it was Monday. He blew it. He's giving it one more go. The issue though with the challenge is that with 2,000 Rand and only trading US 30, the lot sizes, even on a 0.01, you technically only have like 2 bullets. So it is difficult to get. Once you get to 10k, then it becomes relatively easy. My first one that I did with the 1,000 Rand, I was sitting on 7.5, 8 grand, and then one day I popped a 0.1 lot. I thought that fuck it, it was 1,000 Rand to start with. Let me go for a home run, swing for the fences. But yeah, full transparency, it's not easy growing a small account, especially not trading US 30. So we'll see if we can get to 10. Please could you type the indicator in the chat? Silent, here's a pivot point standard. That is the indicator, pivot points standard. I'll type that out for you as well. That is the indicator. We are now on the 5-minute time frame. As standard, we only execute on the 5-minute. Jeev, Market Assassin, how's it going this morning? I see him placing some trades already.
Now still looking at, I'm with you on GJ. So on GJ, I want to go initially bias is short, but it's really far from my zone. So still deciding if I'm tempted. I am tempted to go long because the 80 is bullish on GBP yen on the 15-minute chart. And then there's also a new demand zone that was formed there, and it also lines up with the S1. So that could be a probable trade to go long. I think it's also be a very similar trade to a trade I took, I think, yesterday. And then on GU, very similar thing as well, but the only thing with GU is very similar pattern, but the 80 is below the accumulation distribution, the purple line basically. So thinking on GU, not sure if I want to long that, but I am gonna long GJ once it hits my zone at around 182.500. If there's no confirmation there, then most likely the next zone of entry would be 182.472.
Chris, if we break weekly S1 on USD, would that be a buy? No, Jason. Definitely not a buy. This in essence actually becomes a resistance now, so I wouldn't consider the buys. Even if it pulls back, it can literally step all the way, like grind higher to the daily pivot and then sell off again. So I'm purely looking for sells. I'll wait for it to pull back. We are basically very close to the weekly lows, so actually not. This was the weekly low. Yeah, no buys for me on this, unfortunately not. All right, guys, 3 minutes 50 seconds. We are going into London Open. Let's see how the European session unfolds. Reacting to Powell last night, FOMC, it was a killer. I think it killed traders both ways. It first popped up during London session, and then they literally just brought the house down. So even if you were holding the buys yesterday morning, you got killed in the evening. So actually want to run through two setups that I saw last night. I didn't take it personally. I was just not, I wouldn't say not in tune, but it's like 9 o'clock. I put the kids to bed, listening to Powell on the one side, making notes. But yeah, it was one setup that is valid. Check the Discord link in the description for our entry drill, but this was the perfect setup that you can get. So 80 trading below the 200. This is a 5-minute time frame on Nasdaq. There we had the break of structure. You could have entered short right there on the close of that candle. 30-point stop. There's your stop. You could have targeted the weekly S1, and then obviously that's a 1 to 2, and then a potential runner. Other one is GBP USD. Also, I was very tempted, very tempted. I'm not gonna lie. 80 was trading below after FOMC. There was the retest on the daily pivot. There was the bearish engulfing, also one of our entry drills that we do. There was the bearish engulfing. My only thing though was I wanted to trade a lot closer to the pivot. This was 20 pips away. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna fuck around and find out. I'll wait for today, and that's what I did. Going from almost peak viewers yesterday to only 20 today, that just shows me how many accounts were blown. Guys are done with trading now till next week. The boys are finished. But for you guys that are still here, you're still in the game. Your head is in the game, and the real G's are present. Honestly, this shows me the guys that are still here on the stream this morning. You are the guys that held it together. You didn't falter through the FOMO last night, and well done. Can we get the likes up? We're only sitting on 8. If we can get the likes to about 20, I'm definitely gonna drop a trade this morning. Unfortunately, we didn't have our loading screen this morning. Just a disclaimer very quick, this is not financial advice. These streams are purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please seek financial advice from your financial advisor before making any financial decision. You will lose money if you follow what we do on the stream. And with that, good luck and may the volume be with you. We are open, cash market open in London. Let's see where we are in the next couple of minutes. I opened a demo account for last night, would have passed a challenge account. Opening demos is how I handle FOMO. That is a very, very good point, Rhyme. That is something that you can do just to simulate yourself through it. Took a loss on gold, was way against my FOMC understanding. $400 stop loss hit. Yeah, Jeremy, that's one of the reasons I do not suggest to trade into a news event, especially if you are not experienced. And even if you're experienced, I stayed out. There was zero FOMO for me because I know we're gonna have to follow through volume. Again, like I mentioned, New York last night, North American traders had the chance to react to the news. Now this morning we've got the European session, and now it is their chance to react to the news as well. So the banks, the guys getting to the desk this morning. What time is it now in London? It's 8 o'clock. Guys sipping on a coffee. They basically re-watching the Powell press conference. They've got their analysts giving them data through what are the key points, what are all the reporters from the Washington Post, Bloomberg News, whatever, giving through the data. And in the next couple of minutes, they are going to start reacting to that and start planning as to where they think price can go next. So you should never have FOMO, guys. There's always the next opportunity. I am busy with actual psychology section here in the Discord. Check out the Discord link in the description of this video. And the first one that I was talking about in the education section was the actual fear of losing. And the next one we're going to talk about is FOMO, the actual fear of missing out. That is also killer. So fear in essence is a killer both ways in trading, not just the fear of losing, but the fear of missing out as well. But it is Thursday, guys. Post FOMC carnage. Powell was on the wires last night. Not much, a lot of selective ambiguity from his statements that he made to the press, keeping it quite closed in terms of when they see rates to be sufficiently high or when they can start looking at potentially cutting. So not a lot of info we can really extract from that, but yeah, we'll see what price is doing. Been a while, G. You've been checking your stories out, banging those trades. Well done, brother. Yeah, I know the assassin is back after getting assassinated himself a couple of weeks ago by the market. He is back in full force, destroying the markets. Again, that was ego. Like I also mentioned, I think it was last week where I took a 4% loss on one day, banging my head against the same wall.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest mistake traders can make is basically becoming emotionally attached to those trades, because then you're trading from belief and not from a statistical standpoint, and that could be really, really dangerous.
The market assassin himself.
Chris, what's your view on USD yen? On USD yen, I might actually short it at. There's a pivot, the R1 on the 50-minute chart. The only thing is the AD is bullish. but there is a supply zone, and also by the amount of options moving to the upside, do you think we might see a reversal so that price can tap into demand zones and rise?
My thing though is we took out last week's high. I initially thought we could go lower yesterday. I remember we talked in the office and I said if we stay below the previous weekly high, we've now broken it. I actually want to buy it, so there could be a short opportunity if you trade the counter trend move, but Asia lows and daily pivot, yeah, round number, I'll be looking to buy. But if we get going to the upside, I'll just stay out. My thing is I want to follow the volume that we had from the FOMC. So if you look at the volume post FOMC last night, this was the volume. So I want to see something similar to that where we pull back, and I want to see that volume replicated here. Because remember, only what's the name? So here was, let me put it to you in perspective. This was North America reacting to Powell. This was Asia reacting to Powell. And now we're gonna get Europe reacting to Powell. And then obviously the European session also is quite a big volume session. So can we get, everything for me is pointing bullish. They reacted bullish to what came out of Powell's mouth. Japan reacted bullish when they got the chance to get going, and now what do you think London is going to do? Do you think the London traders are going to be like, fuck America, fuck Japan, we are taking this the other way? If so, then that's good. Then they are the mavericks of the market, but I do feel they're going to climb on the same wave. So that's why for the most part I will try and follow that trend.
I completely understand. Yeah, FOMC really messed up my entire setup for the week because it reacted from my zones, but now it's like they really moved from my zones, and now it's like I don't really have any trades. But you know, we just have to see what happens.
Yeah, Neil, we've got Bank of England rate decision 1 o'clock this afternoon, so that's going to be a saucy one for the pound pairs, but I will be in gym at that time. Guys, we are getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, and remember what I said, we will be flying out one of our subscribers. There is only one catch, and that catch is going to be that you need to have a Vault Markets trading account. So check the link in the description, make sure that you are registered as a Vault Markets client. And then also, if you are already a Vault Markets client, please email infop@vaultmarkets.trade with your customer number. That's your CU number you'll see on your dashboard. And just email us through, and in the description of your email you can just say 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm also going to add something onto that. We're not just going to have you guys, one of you coming into the office. I'm actually also going to give away a funded account to that same guy that's coming in, or maybe even somebody different. We'll fly you out, and then we'll maybe do like a 500,000 Rand funded account challenge. Just depends on one or two things, but yeah, we'll do a 500,000 Rand funded account challenge, give that away as well once we hit 1,000. And we will also do the visit, the fly out. It will actually be a lot cheaper for me if the guy that wins is in P. I'm just letting you know. But if you are from P, we'll make it good. We'll go to the strip club one evening. We'll take $5,000 and give it to you. Ask the strippers to tie you up, and then we'll leave. And we will just phone your better half and say, look, this person is stuck here, please come and get him. No, I'm kidding, we wouldn't do that. But yeah, the giveaway, guys, I'll still post something more formal, but that is the criteria. Register a Vault Markets account, and if you're already registered, send us your CU number, because that is how we're going to run the giveaway. So we need that info. We'll run it live on stream, and also you have to be in South Africa, Jason. I'm not flying guys out from Europe, then I will rather go on a Euro trip myself. So just letting you know. And we're going to give away a 500,000 Rand challenge account for you to either pass or fail, or hopefully you get to your payout, but we'll be giving that away as well. I'm just letting you guys know. Link is in the description of this video. Make sure to sign up with Vault. Wie Jim. Wie is Jim? Jim is so anders sterk tannie wat my rug kill nou en dan. Yes, P. Huh? I just answer and take a message. So who will come and spend a day with us? Maybe we do the giveaway to the guy that wins the flight. We give him the funded account, he trades it with us. We'll do a vlog on that. And maybe that guy takes his first trade on the challenge account here in the office, and maybe we can get him on for to a good start. Or maybe we get him to blow the account. But again, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for all of you supporting the channel, supporting what we do. Ultimately, this is all for you guys. This is for traders struggling. My heart is honestly to help. Everything that we do ultimately is to help traders. So we're not getting any money for this. You're not paying for this. We do this live every morning. We've got the Discord community where we try and add as much value as possible, and we've got events that we try and host here at the office. So again, thank you so much for the support. The channel has been steadily growing. The feedback has been phenomenal, and seeing you guys win, that is the ultimate cherry on the cake for me. For instance, Hardus is a family member of me that plays rugby at Picker. He's currently studying, and I think we had one call. I did one Zoom call with him, asked me some questions, and he did a challenge. I think it's the demo challenge, but I think you guys saw in the Discord yesterday, he basically passed that challenge just using the simple methods that we teach in our community, and the simple trading methods that I use to trade every day. And I'm not gatekeeping anything, guys. I'm giving everything away for free. And I also mentioned, if you honestly follow what we do and you listen to what I say, there is no reason for you to struggle in trading. I promise you, if you are disciplined, there is zero reason for you to not be successful in trading. I'm not guaranteeing you your success, but I am saying that there's a very high probability that you can be successful using our methods. So, and ultimately you want to enjoy trading. Trading shouldn't be a stressful thing. So that is my thing, trying to take the stress out of trading. I know a lot of you guys are stressed and hyped up when you get to the chart because you don't really know what you're looking at, and you're buying and you're selling and you're fucking taking losses and it's break evens and this and that. It should actually be an enjoyable thing. You should be excited to come into the markets. And the only way you're going to get excited is if you know what you're doing. If you're coming, imagine you going to work, you starting a day job, you just finished studying, and all of a sudden you get to your desk and you don't know what the fuck you are doing. You're literally sitting there, it's like, what should I be doing? You are going to be stressed out and you are going to have anxiety, but if you know what to do, it is very clear what your job is, then it is enjoyable. You can knock out the hours, you can knock off the tasks, and that is exactly the same with trading. And I hope I don't offend people when I say the word fuck, because we are living in a woke time. So I know a lot of you will feel offended and I didn't call you on your pronoun, but that is obviously, I don't give a fuck about your pronoun. If you go by pronouns, you will never be successful in trading. You should just make your pronoun loser, because somebody that goes by pronouns is an absolute loser, and we'll most probably get shadow banned for flaking on the pronoun guys, but nonetheless. Neil, things become fun when you're good at it. Nobody plays to lose. If you play to lose, then you've got pronouns. Jeeve, I honestly didn't think we're gonna not move during London.
I think once the Swiss franc interest decision comes out now in 7 minutes, I think from there on other players might also have a reaction to it.
Because we have not moved, we are literally...
I don't want to say it really, but I took a small scalp on GU. I bought like 7 pips, second entry 5 pips, and I took a small short on Chef Yen as well for I think 4 pips. So, but it's very small scalps, That's why I didn't really update in the group or in the stream.
Yeah, this is actually valid, this weekly S1. There's a structure break. I was looking at it. There's the week fill. Maybe we get a retest. I'll check this weekly S1, but still inside the Asia range. Chris is dancing on the line of being cancelled. Dude, definitely. But yeah. I actually don't even have time to give attention to all of these pronoun and whatever the oaks are busy with. Like, there's so much more to life than worrying about what you're called or thinking you're a refrigerator. just as well as say I'm a refrigerator, so you guys should call me the refrigerator. Thoughts on US 30 silent? I am bearish. As mentioned, I would love for it to either test this weekly S1 or Asia highs. I've got alerts set there. I don't want to sell within, just this is nowhere. I need it to be at a level, either Asia lows, either we break Asia lows and we go short from there, or we pull back. But Hang Seng got clapped last night. Just want to show you guys this. Hang Seng minus 1.55%, actually a gap down. So if the Hang Seng Asia session is anything to go by, JSE getting absolutely mollywopped to the downside as well. So where do you think German 30, Nasdaq, all of that is going? So that is German 30 as well, gap there from Asia. Let's see if indices are trading lower, your majors should also be trading lower, and DXY should actually start moving away from the Asia lows. But let's see, maybe Swiss franc decision in 4 minutes, we get something like this, bottom out and then run. But currently I've set my alerts, guys. We are not missing anything. We are now just purely waiting. But let's see.
So I'm gonna place a buy limit on GBP JPY at 182.526 with a stop loss below the daily low.
Okay guys, G526, trade at your own risk. This is what GV is doing. 14 pips stop, most probably first target, the daily pivot, Asia highs. This is not a recommendation, this is just what the market assassin is doing. Please go over buy. Keeks want to take. Let's see, when did he post a buy? What time frame? I think this is the 4 hour. Let's look at. So what he's referring to is this 4 hour level, expecting some type of pullback to come and retest this previous area right there. And is it the 4 hour? Let me just check. I think the 1 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour. So what I'm thinking is that Keegan is looking at this zone right here. This is the weekly low, and if we can hold this level, he wants this to pull back because technically there's a massive imbalance in here, and I think that is why he is looking long. But again, I think he's saying waiting for closures. Yeah, close below, sell, close above, buy. So if it dips in, closes back above, potential buys. I'm technically only looking for sells. But again, I don't want to sell the low of the session. I would love for this to first pull back. Pleasure, man. Absolute pleasure. Okay, right decision. Swiss franc, 30 seconds. Here we go. Jeevan has got his orders here. Will Jeevan give you guys a win? Or will Jeevan take a loss? No pressure. First time having him back. The assassin is ready to absolutely maul the market. He told me, Chris, I'm ready. I've never been more ready in my life to just pump out quality trades. The Jeev, just the absolute menace in the market.
Swiss franc caught a sell on the right decision. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Okay, so they're holding rates steady, and they also have their monetary policy statement. When did so they don't have a speaker on? All right. Almost he first had to regain some confidence, but the man is back better than ever. The assassin is back, assassinating one market at a time. Alright guys, still no levels for me to be hit. I'm still looking long on UJ. US30 is still looking short, but again, do we sell the low of the week? Or very close to the low of the week? I don't know. I'll potentially wait for some type of retest here. I'll maybe give it a bang, see where we are. We are already below weekly S1. Again, as mentioned, London is going to react to the news. I want to try and follow the same volume. GBP USD, I will look for sells if we do something like this. Come back up, retest, create a minor structure area right there. Something like this. And then break that structure. That is going to be the ideal. I'm not just going to sell a straight breakthrough here. I want to first see us come below this round number and then come back below it again. So just letting you guys know. Because tell me, who of you guys actually want to buy this? Take it from a retail perspective. This looks good. The feeling is shit, guys. We were trading down all the way yesterday. Look at this big down move. I should actually be looking for buys because this is now in a discount. We can get a pullback. And just be honest, who had that mindset coming in this morning saying like, yo, after that sell-off yesterday, I think it is a good idea to get into some buys this morning. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just want to show you guys something with regards to that. Okay. And if you go back on your trading data, have you been successful? And I'm not, please don't take this the wrong way. I'm just trying to show you something in terms of the thinking that you've had. So if you are successful in trading and you had that thought, then there's obviously premise for that to be potentially true. But if you are not yet successful in trading and you had that thought, then there's no premise for that to potentially become true. So I'm just trying to point that out. Jeeve, get ready. Let's see if this man can produce some results here for the Chad this morning. Right guys, I'm gonna knock off some water. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you so much for joining. Post FOMC. We've got the assassin with us this morning. I'm gonna keep this on the screen. Let's see it happen live. Absolutely no stress from the assassin. Cool as a cucumber. As cool as they come. Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 11. Be sure to leave a like. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon to be notified of any potential pop-up streams we do have. Join the Discord link in the description. And very soon we'll be doing that giveaway, the fly out, flying one of you into the office, spend the day with us, trade with us. And yeah, see you guys in a bit. Oh, get ready. Jeeve, how are you feeling about this trade? Feeling good? You muted, Jeev. You need to unmute yourself. It's muted. Det rara. Alright guys, I think Jeev is tapped in. He's just got some issues with his mic. I don't know what's happening with his microphone, but let's see. Chris, will you look for shorts on GU if we create support and break it? Nila, I want to first see it break. My only thing is if we short into a major institutional level, that becomes tricky. That's why I want to see it displace and then come back, because you are trading very close to a round number, so it becomes very, very tricky. I don't know what is happening with Jeev's mic. Let me see if I can do something here. Jeev, right? Nothing. We
how about now?
Now I can hear you. There, yeah.
Okay, perfect. I think it's my the copper thingy on the plugin of this theme. I'm confident in this trade. On the only thing, like I said on GU, we had the 80 that was bearish on it. It went into my zone, had a reaction, but it's breaking below that now. So on GJ, I said I'm still bullish on it. So I do believe that it's gonna play out like I want to. We just have to wait and see.
Alright guys, Jeeves first trade back. Let's give some peaches in the chat to show support. Again, this is his trade, it's not your trade. If this is not according to your rules, then you don't take it. This is his trade. And even if I post trades, it is still your trade. Alright, okay, so we've got that break below as I mentioned. So what I want to see now, I want to see us creep back up to this level here, and I'm going to wait for some type of break of structure to the downside. Remember what I said, if you came late to the streams, I said we expecting the same order flow. This was FOMC, post FOMC, this was Asia for the guys that missed it, and I said I'm expecting the same order flow to continue once the European session starts reacting to the news. So I'm not expecting anything different now. So just letting you guys know, just the mental process of that. Let's see, Jeev is still in this.
Yeah, it's so close to my stop loss.
It's only a 15 pip stop for a potential 50 pip runner. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and set some alerts at 12305. Let's see if we can get some type of reaction from those lows, and let's see if we can get short this market. Can we get some pictures in the chat for Javen's trade here, just to bring up that volume? Jeev, you still in this?
Yes, I am. Price is really close to my stop loss. It's about how far is this away?
I'm also gonna maybe let me pop some pictures here in the chat.
It's like 4 pips away from my stop loss.
Oh, so his stop is here somewhere. I thought it's below the daily low, but let's see if price is gonna go up. This is the place where it should start going up. Can the assassin do a clean job today? Give you guys some pips to bag. Shit, guys, peaches are coming in. We should see this going up for Javen. He caught the sells right here on GU though. He obviously didn't let you guys know about that trade, but he did say he's scalping it. Are you still in that scalp, Jeev?
Oh no, I got out the moment it hit my demand zone.
Alright, GU, let's see if we can get that pullback rejection traded back lower. I'm actually targeting on the 4 hour. We can actually come all the way down to S2 if we really start getting momentum. So I'm just gonna get the S2 here for us. S2 likely targets to the downside. Thank you guys for showing support there for Jeev in the chat. I think he appreciates it. All of the pictures coming through, Javen. You don't have to be so stiff.
Definitely.
You don't have to be so stiff, my brother. You don't have to.
You guys pushing price up.
Look at that, guys. You thought the peaches is a joke. The liquidity providers actually see those peaches and they drive it in. Ian, Manla, Trendon, Clicks, Edgar. And what you guys didn't know though is, but don't do it, you're gonna drive price down. There's another one that the market makers use, and that is oranges. But we're not gonna drive the market down. Even Mika Stain getting in on the action here. Shit, guys, back at entry. If you went full port on this, I think now is a good time to reduce your size on it. Alright, okay, we've got the pullback. We've created a new low on the session. How deep do we pull back? I don't know. Let's see. Is this the low of the session? Could be, could not. I want to see us pull back deeper. I then want to see some type of break of structure below here, and then I'm going to take a short. Lyndon Knight, thanks so much for supporting Jeev. Javen, a lot of support here in the chat for this GJ trade. I think there's a lot of guys that went full margin with you on this. Jeevan basically taking his entire week's gains and throwing it on this one trade. Now, guys, I'm just joking. Jeevan is not the full port guy. Also, be sure to check out Javen on Instagram. I will pop his link in the description as well. Actually forgot to do it this morning. But let me get his page on here for you guys to also go and show some love and support for Jevon. Also, the Port Elizabeth guys, feel free to book a session with Jevon. He's here to help as well. You are in very capable hands. We had to source this market assassin, looking far and wide, and then eventually, after very long negotiations, I got the assassin into the office. But guys, here's Jevon's page, Jevon Farrow. Feel free to give him a follow, go show him some love as well. I don't say this often, but Jevon really does put in very hard work with his community as well, and I honestly see the work every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and I think even his community members can attest to that. So big respect for that, and I do respect any mentor that puts in the work with their community, good or bad. In terms of the trades, we obviously all go through losing streaks and winning streaks alike, but ultimately it is providing value, and that is exactly what Jevon does. So Jevon, well done, man. I honestly respect the hustle.
Thank you, man. Thank you. For those of you guys who don't know, we all go through this journey where we learn how to trade. We meet people. I've also been scammed a lot. I've paid for robots, I've paid for signals, account management, I've paid for investments, all these type of things. I've been through it all. This is why I feel like I'm in a position to actually educate people, because they can actually learn from my mistakes. And like I said, also our industry is polluted by, scammers and things like that. But this is why there are people out there like us who do provide very, very good services and have your interest in mind.
Okay, HLO is holding on GJ. I would say you guys can get comfortable if GJ can break through this level here, and if it can break through this level right there. I do feel if it fails there, you guys could be in trouble, but that's just my 2 cents. I'm not as advanced as Jevon with all of these highly advanced strategies. I just use the easy low hanging fruits. That's why I've dumbed down my trading strategy to make it as easy as possible for me. But Jevon, he likes to go quite intense into the analysis and what he does. So but guys, it is Thursday. It has been a very good week so far. If you have not yet joined the Discord, link is in the description. Slowly but surely growing. I think we're very close to 100 members. Started this last week. How many are we? Are we 167, 18, 92? And for the guys that are in, feel free to post your analysis on here as well. That is what it's about, connecting. As Keegan mentioned yesterday, was it better together? I think it was that. That is beautiful. Yeah. You can even tag us in your trades with the hashtag better together. My goodness, that sounds good. It's almost like the hashtag for the South African rugby, stronger together. So definitely as traders, we are better together. Let's maybe get that trending. Hashtag better together. Almost sounds like we're creating some type of dating website. Better together. But anyway. J Riz. Only dates. That is the app idea for you. Only dates.
Yeah, that'll be a cool idea. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
For some of you nasty minds out there, I should actually have only church. You guys should, I should get you to your local church. But anyway. Alright guys, Jeevan, sharing this trade with you guys. Jeevan, he looks a little less stiff. That man was as stiff as a board when I walked past earlier. He was holding up the market. I was seeing him tensing his legs. But it seemed it worked. So let's see if that can pull through for the lads. Very nice pullback here on GU. And again, as I mentioned, we've got this round number right here. We tested it, we bounced off it. If we get back below it a little later, I will definitely still look for shorts. I'm not looking for any buys as of yet.
No, I think with the pound base, they're free willy right now. With GU, I expected it to break below that, below the Asian low, and then kind of keep like a fake out. So that's why I didn't take Asia. I'm GBP USD, but then on GJ with the AD, that confirmed that that's the period to go for. So once again, guys, sticking to a mechanical system entry criteria, that's when you become highly selective with your trades. Then you should eliminate a lot of the unnecessary losses.
Alright, DXY guys, two things to mention here. DXY, if we do something like this, we fake out below, come back above, I do think that is when we will see the GU flush. If not, this could pull back, even break the highs. I'm not considered in any buys for me unless we start diverging. AD is still very clearly bearish. Again, I'm not a counter trend trader. I just follow the trend. And let's see. I've got my alert set. Better together. Is there not a song? Javon quickly asked Mode, is there not a song Better Together? I think Keegan was I think Keegan was listening to Akon when he gave us that thing.
Mo says he's gonna check quickly.
Tell Mo I think it's an Akon song. Better Together. Is it an Akon song? What does he say?
He says it's a song by Jamie. Who?
Jeremy Loops.
Jamie Loops. Something like that.
No, but Mo, there's a song where Akon.
Let me find the hook for you guys, Chris.
Oh no, sorry. So
Keep your head up.
that is the Akon song. Nobody wanna see us together, and I think.
Is he saying it's an Akon song?
That's the Akon song.
And I'm telling you now.
Okay, very similar hook actually, but
You know what? I think tell Keegan or ask Keegan. Remember Keegan was having that Akon playlist here in the office, and I think he was listening to a lot of Akon. And I still told Keegan, like, Akon was my age, like when we were still listening to hip hop, and that's just pop, but he was listening to Akon, guys. Akon says nobody want to see us together. All right. Better together. Maybe it's time we record our own song, Mo. How's your vocals? Ask Mo how's his vocals. I think we should do a recording, Mo.
Okay, so we have a nice clean break above the pivot on the 15-minute chart. So price will close above that. So we should be good from here on. Chris, I'm just gonna go phone the market maker quickly. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, he's gonna phone the market maker. There is actually a YouTube streamer that makes his own song. I wonder where he puts his song. Yeah, Nila, I think this is a good trade in terms of our rules. If it breaks structure lower like this, you've got the half round number sitting here. For the guys that are in longs, I would say you honestly want to see this hold, this half round number. If that fails to hold, then we're going to the 20, and then obviously after the 20 we're going to the round number. But according to my framework, this is not a trade that I will take long. And then also GU, if we start breaking lower, I will be in there as well. It's better. But remember, Neil, we are trading that spillover volume from FOMC last night. So the expectation is that we will get the same type of volume like you've seen here. You'll get that same type of volume come through. But we can also be completely wrong, and this can first retrace. But again, I've just set my alerts. I am waiting for potential shorts. But again, thank you so much for joining, guys. It is honestly an honor to stream with you guys every morning. And weirdly enough, it has been a long time dream for me to do this, to engage with fellow traders. And even though it's still humble beginnings, it is really awesome to share this journey with all of you. And yeah, I just want to see all of you guys win. And I am definitely in your corner rooting for you. Nila, I will actually even consider selling here. Yeah, and yeah. If we get a deeper pullback, I will even consider sells there. So just letting you know, I'm not just looking for sells below here, but these levels as well. But I definitely feel like we'll get a trade today. Alright guys, you held the first one, 182.50. Next one is this level right here. For the longs you need to get through this, and I feel if you through that, the pivot becomes an easy target and you can target the Asia highs for the guys that are in with Jevon. So this level right here, if you can close above that, I feel you guys should be good to go. Alright guys, for the guys that are in with this with Jevon straight, so 5-minute resistance here, you would want to see the next 5 minute do something like this, and then I think you guys are good to go. So creating resistance in this area, this is also the daily S1, and then if you can break above that, I think it is clean sailing for you guys. So just check that, or even closing bullish above that is good. Then your next target will become the daily pivot. I want to set some alerts. Asia lows, I'm looking for shorts on Nasdaq. 14,913. Breaks below there and I'll get short. Otherwise, as I mentioned, depending on how deep we pull back today, I'll still be looking short on this market. Nasdaq is taken out the week, yeah. Trading quite a bit below the weekly lows. Guys, best case scenario, UJ, I want this to happen. If I can get this to happen, I would love to get long. Break of structure there. First take the Asia lows. And then we're going to target Asia highs. Just letting you guys know. And then Nasdaq. We will be selling low if we break below here. Maybe we are liquidity, or maybe we take some liquidity, but let's see. GJ, okay, potential resistance being formed. Next candle, you guys would want to see this happen. This daily S1 level, need to get through that. Can't find resistance here if you want this to go higher. Gold still relatively flat on the day. GU, we've made the pullback now. I'm still looking either Asia highs to short, weekly S1 to short, and for continuation shorts down below here. But also considering, actually forgot about that, we've got rate decision later this afternoon, so pound pairs could be relatively flat. Is it 1 or 2? I think it's 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So just keep that in the back of your minds. Rate decision. So I don't actually know why I am looking at this, but let's see if we can get something. Okay, USD JPY crossing Asia lows. Nice. Let's see if we can take out this low right there. Spike that. Get back inside the Asia low, and then we are off to the races. That is the most ideal scenario for me. GJ finding rejection here. We can retest this round number, half round number here to then come back up. but I would say you guys can get comfortable once we break this structure right here. This could still just be a pullback and then another push to the upside. But let's see if we can execute on anything. Chris, could you have a look at Euro New Zealand? I'm in long positions right now. Sure thing, Sean. Let's get Euro New Zealand here for you. Let's quickly have a look at Euro New Zealand. So it's on the watch list. Let's quickly go. Euro New Zealand, also a pair I traded quite a bit back in the day. This is the first pair I made like real money on, and I'll never forget it. I think it was 2016, trading a rate decision out of New Zealand, and I was short on Euro New Zealand, and the New Zealand Reserve Bank hiked rates, and what a day. I actually almost fell off the couch 12 o'clock at night, being like a degenerate, over leveraging, barcoding trades, and it went in my favor. What a feeling. All right, Sean Orange, this one is for you. Weekly time frame, let's look at where we are. So weekly, I would have come into this week bearish due to the fact that we've broken structure lower, but again, keeping in mind that this was a previous breakout area, making it relatively difficult in terms of where we are. Sean, I'm just gonna throw this on the stream watch list quickly, and then I want to just see where we are with NASDAQ. We'll get back to your chart now. I just want to see where we are. 1 minute 22. Let me see. What's the XY doing? Still not above Asia lows. Okay. I am very tempted to short here if we can close below. We've got an advantage point here with the wick fill. Okay, I'm gonna give it 30 seconds. Sean, I'll get to your analysis now. Just give me a sec. I just want to see where we are with NASDAQ for potential shorts. We would ever need to close below that level. I just want to get my terminal up here. Five seconds. We are right at it. Okay, we'll give it a few more minutes. Maybe a little pullback, create some type of support, and then break structure lower. If we can get that, guys, I will short this. We've got an advantage point, this wick fill right here, and then whether we reject that wick or we flush through it, we'll see. But NASDAQ on high alert, I've got it here on the side of my screen. Back to Sean asking about Euro New Zealand. So Euro New Zealand, I'm bearish on the week. We've already filled that wick, so we've already tested this previous area of resistance, then support. This was a breakout level, trying to hold as support, but going into the week I would have been bearish. Going now to a daily time frame, what do we have? So we can clearly see we are in bearish market structure on the daily. Clearly lower lows, structure being broken to the downside. So this is a bearish market, no doubt about it, but you can trade secondary market structure, trading pullbacks. So daily, I would still technically be bearish, but however, we've already taken the lows. Looking left with me, let me just see where I am for you guys on the stream. All right. Looking left with me, you can see this area was a previous area of contention, and then also you have this area right here. So currently very tricky. I would say for any bullish continuation or any swing opportunities to the upside, I would want to see price actually break above this zone right here. If this daily candle can do something like this on the day, that for me is a valid buy. I would then try and buy, obviously monitor this area right there to see what we do once we get to this level right here, because this was a previous support, has not yet been tested. Going down to the lower time frames, let's see where we are. You are long, I don't know where you are long from. All right, 80 is looking bullish. As you can see, 80 is looking very nicely bullish. We are trading above the daily pivot. We have broken Asia highs. We're now testing it again. So I would say for long continuations, you would want to see this round, and we've got the round number here, 1-800. For any long continuations, you would want to monitor this area. If this area fails to hold, I think your longs are in trouble, but if this retests and hold, I do think you can go higher. And we're already at the R1, so already finding resistance there. This is not a high probability trade for me personally. I would not have taken it, but I would say this area right here, you've got two areas to contend with, this area and this area. Once you clear this, I think you will be good. Other than that, not a trade for me, or a trade I would have taken. Hope that helps, Sean. I'm long from 19. When did you long that? So you sat, were you up at 3 this morning? Or did you hold through the drawdown last night? Anyway, move your stops to break even, let it run. This area right here, 1-800. Just focus on that area. If that area holds, 1-850 becomes your next target. If 1-850 breaks, 1-800. So that is that. Leslie Constable, goeiemôre my vriend. Ek hoop dit gaan goed. Leslie dink ek's al die pad van George. Alright guys, little retest of the Asia lows. Javen, how's this trade looking? Are you still comfortable with that trade?
I am tempted to close it with -5 pips. I am tempted to close -5 pips. I don't like the way this candle is moving. However, I have also seen things like this in the past where this happens and you have the reversal and it runs your way. So
yeah, I think if the Asia lows hold, it's still valid. It could just be another retest of the Asia lows.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I sent out the signal to my people. What time? 9:30. So by 11, if not in profit, then I'm gonna close it.
Rick Reed, GBP, JPY will drop. It could drop, it could go up. I wanted to short it. Only thing is we are at the Asia lows. If we get a break of structure here, I'll consider it. Let's see. Obviously don't want to go against my brother in arms here in the office with me, so I'm hoping for Asia lows to hold. Alright guys, Nasdaq, if we can get a little pullback, say 2 bullish candles, nice little break of structure, we've got an advantage point of, what is this? This is like 17, 18 points. Someone has to be liquidity. Damn. True, but also I would love for Jeva not to be liquidity. It is honestly weird that we've got no follow-through volume from Powell last night. But let's see. We would need to see DXY also trading above here. USD JPY. I want to see some type of structure form here as well. And then the break of structure to take this higher. GBP USD, if we start trading lower, remember I said breaks of structure below here and I will get short. So selling low, buying high, that is what we do. Now I'm blind, we don't always do that, but in this case I want to catch the follow through volume. All right, 27 seconds. I will even consider shorts if this closes bullish and we get a break like this. If this can just push up a little bit more. We've got this wick fill. Let's say if I short from here, I'm going to monitor this level. Once we hit that level, one of two things as always is going to happen at a session low or a session high. You're gonna attract demand, buyers are gonna start getting into the market, or you're gonna get buyers liquidating and it's gonna push price through. So only one of two things. That is why I love a wick and trading into a session high or low. That is an important level to monitor. And then UJ right here at the 20, and also we've now taken Asia lows, so that is good. We've taken some liquidity. Where's my symbol for that? So we have taken liquidity to the downside. Looking left with me right there, also it's a lot of buy side liquidity or sell side or whatever liquidity I call it. I'll just look at areas where I know retail will try and pull supports and try and buy it, and once they've taken that and we come higher, that is valid for me. and the XY as mentioned. If we can get above, we've also now taken session lows, so things could start heating up a little bit later. What is the time now in London? 9:30 in London. I think the guys have drank their coffee, their tea, whatever it is, and we can. Chris, are you more of a trend continuation trader? Because I see your strategy mainly break of the lows or break of the highs. Sean, I am a trend follower. My thing is I trade off levels, so for the most part the trades that we have been taking are continuation trades. There are a lot of reversal trades I take as well, but that's just how the market is. If there's not something, for instance this USD ZAR, I would consider buys if we get back above the Asia lows. So this is like buying low and trying to push price up, but for instance this price is not close to the zone. Like yesterday I mentioned, this is a very nice reversal trade off the daily pivot. Your 80 was bearish. I think a lot of guys like the fib traders would have pulled some type of fib here, showed that it's rejecting the 62. I was just looking at the daily pivot, and there's your bearish engulfing. You could have entered on that candle there, and Bob's your uncle, but no.
Just quickly, sorry Chris, just getting an update. I'm gonna manually close this trade now because I'd rather close myself and stop.
Alright guys, Jeeve closed the trade minus 16 pips. It was a good try on that. As I mentioned, if we're going to continue higher, this was your level to monitor. If you did not move your stops to break even, you would have eaten a stop by now, or still in. Where are we on Nasdaq? Alright guys, 1 minute 25. Let's see if I am also going to be liquidity. GJ, Neil, no. The only issue with GJ is we still have this weekly S1 right there. GU I like more, because if we break lower, we will be trading below the round number and we'll get a lot of volume from there. Nasdaq, can we close bearish? What is US30 doing? Coming down. DXY, tricky. Let me see. Alright guys, what I'm going to do with NAS, this has now eaten into our advantage point. 8 points. Okay, let me set up here. Let me set up one click trading. Okay, I'm telling you what, I'm not going to execute on the close of this candle. I'm going to wait for a little bit of a pullback and then I'm going to execute. Oh, no bottom wick. No, not executing. No bottom wick on this 5. I'm not executing, not even on the pullback. If a candle closes on its low, it's showing that there's a lot of retail involved. I don't like that. So no trade for me on this. I'll just set an alert at Asia lows. I'll check on the retest, but yeah, if candle closes on its low or on its high, I don't want no part of that. No part of any of it. Sean, I don't think it will be trading here to New York. I would have loved to sell this. The only thing is I've seen so many times when a candle closes on its low where it will just go completely the opposite end. My idea was a nice little break here, trade it very close to the Asia low and use this wick fill as an advantage point, because again, let's say you executed on this idea that I had. Let's say you had your 30-point stop wherever it is there. So your advantage point is this, because this is liquidity sitting right there. And what you can do is once you hit that level, you can move stops to break even, because only two things are going to happen at that level. It is either going to flush like very hard, like it's going to tap in here, maybe give like a few seconds worth of reaction, and then it's literally going to melt, because either buyers are going to step in or buyers are going to capitulate and liquidate their positions. So that is why I like a wick like this as an advantage point, because it acts as a magnet. Price would want to go there. No, that's not the magnet. Is there a magnet symbol? I think there is. Let me check. Yeah, there is. So this is a magnet for price. So again, you'll see it butter up here a little bit, and then it's either going to completely reverse or it is going to liquidate. So going on the lower time frame, it's going to butter here a little bit, and then it could break either down or completely reverse. In terms of New York, if we start retracing from here, I would still say your ideal sells would be close to Asia highs for New York session, or even your daily pivot up here and the weekly S1. I'm going to GJ short if we close bearish. Alright, Nila. Good luck, my brother. May the volume be with you. There's nothing wrong with that trade, Neil. It's just that I like GU more. Okay, you see now we've taken that low, so either we're going to continue, little pullback, really start flushing, or we're going to reverse. So just letting you know. Always remember that session highs, session lows, that's why we monitor it. This area draws in a lot of volume in the market. Neil taking a short here on GJ, break of structure. 80 is bearish, daily bias is bearish. Quite a bit away from the pivot, actually trading below the S1. Too many roadblocks for me down here, but it can work. We've seen this trade play out so many times.
Sorry, Chris.
Yo.
Just a quick update. One more thing on watch list currently is gold. 1925 level. There is a demand zone there which is not mitigated as yet. So looking to go long on it with a 12 stop loss.
All right, 15-minute demand zone or 5 or.
Yes, it's refined. Let me just double check on what time frame I refined it. So the refinement is based on the space of the 3-minute, that wick of that doji candle.
Right, guys, you see that there is so you could see a nice little flush lower. And I would be asking for much, but could you please send some content on wick fills in the Discord like you did with the pivot points? Yeah, sure, Sean. I will try and do some content on that. But you shouldn't be too focused on the wick fills as of now. First, just try and get your setups, like trading Asia low, Asia high, your daily pivot. Try and get that down before you start focusing on these discretionary things. Remember, when I look at the market, there's years of experience behind me. There's years of pain seeing certain things. Also, there is some discretion into a lot of what I do. And that's more to do with the trade management. Sorry, Jevon, you said you guys are long.
Not as yet. One of our C price touch 1925.
Okay, you will let us know.
Yes, I will.
All right. TP at S2, nice, Neil. I do feel that it needs to make a move. If you look at the weekly pivot, we've tested it so many times. It would need to get a move on today, but also keeping in mind, Neil, Bank of England rate decision today. All right, buyers trying to get in on this wick. Let's see. Are we gonna push back up? DXY, very nice off the lows. I'm still eyeing pound USD. Let's see if we are going to be liquidity today. I think you should. I think you should, Neil, but if not. Guys, on that question, what do you guys want to see in the Discord, in the educational channel? We've given you guys the playbook. We've given you guys the trade plan. What do you guys want to see more of? Let me know. I also started the psychology section, but what is it that you guys want us to post in there that's going to help you as a trader, or something that you are struggling with? Because most probably it's not only you struggling with it, there's other guys also struggling with it. So let me know in the chat, what do you guys want to see in the Discord community in terms of content? Sean made a comment about the wick fills. We'll definitely do something on that. Actually, just making a note here. Wick fills. What else? What else do you guys want to see in terms of education? Psychology, all right. Mandla, I don't know if you're in the Discord as of yet, but I am busy with a little bit of a psychology series, but I will also do some video on it, so be sure to join and I will get more psychology. Okay, we've got psychology. What else, guys? What do you want to see? We've given you the strategy. We've given you the trade plan as to how to manage your trades. What else do you want us to give you guys? Alright, so guys, very nice. If we can close bullish like this, next 5 minute break structure below 12300, I will get short in this. We've got our alerts set, and yeah, I'm in as Manmat. Yeah, man. Okay, sweet. Psychology. Is there anything?
Just a quick update, everyone. Gold is currently at 1925.
Okay, what are you waiting for? A 1 minute break of structure, change of character. Talk to me, Chief.
So currently I do have a pending order set on it. It's literally added right now but hasn't activated yet. So what I'm expecting is literally just a tap and run.
1925, Chief going with another bullet. Where's your stop loss, Chief?
12 pips, 1923.8.
Alright guys, Jeevan is, and where's your target? Asia eyes.
First target is 1930, second target is 1935.
Alright, Jeevan is back, taking another bullet here. Guys, again, this is Jeevan's trade. If this is not according to your protocol, don't take it. And he's taking the risk himself, so Jeevan, may the force be with you, my brother in Christ.
Thank you.
Jeevan, buy limit, Asia lows, let's see. Azik or Az, I don't know what that is. The link is in the description of this video, so if you drop down into the description you will see the Discord link in the description, but I will also even copy it for you. Let me get it. Let me copy that link. Oh, you got it, sweet. Just dropping it there anyway if somebody missed it. Nine minutes for the hourly candles to close. Where are we? Has anyone taken a trade yet this morning? Chris, ideally buying from the Asian low is correct. Yeah, that is correct. But again, you need your accumulation distribution to line up. For instance, USD JPY, your 80 is bullish, clearly bullish, and this is the ideal buy if we get a break of structure. So that is what I mean by annual moving averages are above the 200, and you get your entry criteria, nice little break of structure, and I will be in. I'm not thinking this or that, I'm just waiting for the setup. I don't know why I've got that line. We already took Asia lows. Would it not be valid long week? It could be valid, but again, like I said, I've introduced these entry criteria to basically keep everything consistent. So if you're gonna negate the 80, that's fine. Then just take it off your chart, then it shouldn't be part of your rules. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong. Like if you see a valid like rejection here, again, what I'm saying is not the end all and be all of trading. There's a lot of ways to make money. I just introduced those steps into my own trading to safeguard me and to make sure that I'm following the volume. So again, please don't feel like you should do everything that I do. Maybe you use components of what I do, but ultimately it's still your own trade.
So it's a quick update. Gold did go to my zone, but then we had a quick little spike there and it actually stopped me out. So I'm done for the London session. Use both my bullets. And then I have a session now at 11, Chris, so I'm gonna have to go. So I
appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks, Chief. Show some love for Chief. Thanks, Jeevan. Jeevan. Don't feel bad, man. I've taken 2 losses on stream this week as well. This is part of it, guys. It's good that you see it on your full transparency. Again, as I mentioned, this is Jeevan's trades. He's taking it live on his account, and he took the loss. So if you took the loss with him and it was not part of your plan to trade this, then obviously you can't blame Jeevan. You can only blame yourself.
Yeah, and also like, you know, I'm just sticking to my setups. Yesterday I did the same thing and all my trades hit EV, so it's part of the game.
Alright, GBP USD, guys, we are getting close. Retesting Asia lows right here. This round number, break of structure, I will be in. And maybe I'll get my teeth brushed by the market as well, but I'm waiting for this. Let's see how the hourly is going to close on GBP USD. Alright, nice strong hourly close as well. We still have that wick to fill. I would say hourly needs to close below that level right there. Alright, let's see. I'm going to extend the stream a little bit longer today. Obviously, very little to no volume in the market. Maybe we see something come in. And then also USD JPY 148.23. That is where I will get in. So we'll be extending the streams. I want to get a trade here live, guys. Been a choppy week. Sean, very nice, very nice. You're in New Zealand. Yeah, I would say, Sean, this area right here, so we've held the round number, this 800. We're now trading right here. I would have already been break even, because if it comes back to your entry, very likely you're gonna get clapped. But I would say the next area, session highs right there. This is where the volume is gonna come into the market. If you look left with me, that is where the volume is gonna come in. Let me just make sure there's no daylight savings. I just want to make sure that my clock is right. Let me just see London time now. Yeah, this is right. 9:56. Okay. Fuck, I can't believe there's so little volume in the market. Alright, we're gonna have to see if UJ can do some work for us here. I needed to get above there. GJ, Neil, this thing is battering here at the weekly S1. I would say move stop to break even. There's not a lot of volume. And GU, she even gets the guys clapped, he leaves, and then and then I see the Oaks go. They thought they had it bad last night, get onto the stream. Alright guys, we're going to extend the stream a little bit. I just want to see once we get to these levels, I would ideally love to get another trade with you guys, so I'm going to extend it, see if we can get another trade. I hope you didn't blow your account on Jeevan's trades. He uses risk management and he's had a solid week so far, so just taking his setups again, as he mentioned, there's the difference between a good loss and a bad loss. If you follow your plan and you lose, that is a good loss. If you did not follow your plan and you got kicked in the teeth and you got your teeth brushed, that is a bad loss. But USD JPY, US 30, what are we doing here? Are we gonna sell this? Guys, I'll be back. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. Links are in the description. Join the Discord community. We also share all of our off-stream trades in there as well. We've got a little bit of an educational section that we are building out. And then also maybe some backtesting sessions coming up. Hein, that has also been a guest on the stream quite a few times. Actually, should get Hein on as an official guest. Also a trader, comes into the office. Get him on as well. He mentioned to me a while back there's some very good backtesting software. Maybe in between sessions we can do some Zoom calls. I'll send that in the Discord as well, so then you guys can actually join on. It wouldn't be live, it will be on Zoom. We'll record it and we'll post it in there. So still a lot of things we want to do. Obviously only so much time in the day, but we will try. But I'll see you guys now Monday to Friday 8:30. Personally, I think backtesting session will be the best. I also feel so yeah, we'll do some backtesting sessions and we will post it in there, and we will start building out that educational channel. Again, I've asked you guys, what do you want to see in the educational section? I only got one response, so then technically, are you all good, or what is it that you want to see? Again, we are here every day. Feel free to ask questions. No such thing as a stupid question. The only stupid question is asking me for my wife's number, because then you will get bliksemed. But anyway, see you guys now. Boere meisie, retracted 'n message. Boere meisie, praat met my. Wat wil jy vir my sê, jong dame? Of is jy 'n boere seentjie wat jou naam gemaak het? Anyways, guys, backtesting session would be really cool. I do feel that would be cool. Let me get that software. I think it's only like $30 a month. Backtesting software. Let's get a backtesting. What time will suit you guys? Obviously, I know a lot of you are not full-time traders and you cannot really sit on stream the entire day. So, what sessions? The only thing with Mo is like in between like lunch breaks, we're teaching him stuff, so it's quite difficult to. The thing with that series with Mo is more to do with like the psychology around it and identifying like any shortfalls in our teaching method. Edgar, what's your wife's number? I'll give it to you because I know you, so I'll give it to you, my brother. I know you just a big teddy bear and all of that muscle. Ronald Groenewald. We actually started this Discord community due to Ronald Groenewald asking for it. So Ronald, big ups to you asking for the Discord. Initially we would not have done it, but Albert could see, Chris, I've got a question. As someone who has been in the game for so long, do you have had red months, bad months? And if so, how do you pay yourself a salary from your trading? Albert, very good question. There has actually been multiple months where I've been red. Not even just 1 month or 1 week. So that is why when I got, let me break it to you down. When I started in trading, so I obviously studied for quite a number of years. I've got 4 degrees. I worked a 9 to 5, a very good paying job. I think for the guys that are new on the stream or have been on, I also mentioned that I did not come into trading being poor or struggling. Like, I was doing well for myself, and I told myself I'm not going into trading if I cannot at least finance myself for a year with no income. And obviously through the years you build up it's almost like farming, so it's seasonal. Farmers don't make money every month. There are months where they make a lot of money, and there's months where they don't make money because it's obviously not in season. So that is why you need to make sure that you've got like some sort of cushion. Alright guys, UJ up on the decks. Let's see. So Albert, yeah, definitely it's not always smooth sailing. Believe me when I tell you that, but there are months where you kill it, so you almost always need to have like some type of safety net. That's why I never suggest anybody just leave their job unless you are financially stable and you've got at least a year's worth of income to pay yourself if you are not making any money in trading. Jason, so the EMA is just the standard EMA indicator that gives me the 20, the 50, the 100, the 200. I'm just looking at the direction of the moving averages. So if it's trading above the 200, obviously we're bullish, below we're bearish, and then just using it as a reference point. So if all the moving averages are pointing down or up, that's obviously giving me some idea as to what the trend is. And I don't use it as an entry indicator, just purely for the trend. That's it. Assuming trading is your only income, this is for anyone in general. Yeah, for anyone. Trading has been my income for the last 8 years, so this is for anyone that wants to get into trading. I've been in the game not that long. 8 years is not that long, but it is quite long. I was actually doing very well, Albert, financially, and I actually lost everything. Very few people know that, but I started my own prop firm, but a real prop firm, not like what you've got now with demo accounts and stuff. So I actually gave traders some of my own money, and I think I was a little bit naive and young because everything I touched turned into gold, and you almost feel like you are too big to fail. And I failed quite hard. That is why I think some of the guys I've mentioned, I've talking about anxiety, depression, all of that. I've hit that level before, where you go from being financially very well off, where technically don't have to work again ever in your life to being in debt. So I've gone through it, and I've played some big risks. And my one friend as well, weirdly enough, your name is Albert Kutsia, a good friend of mine, Arne Kutsia. I should actually get him on the stream as well. He's also a businessman, and he also in trading, trying different things, like throwing the dice, quite big. And also lost a lot of money, also got himself into a hole, had to get himself out of it. So that's why I say, when I talk about these things, I'm not teaching you out of some book or selling you this cool little story and flashing a car and a watch and a house. It is things that I've gone through, and my thing always in life was that I cannot share something with you if I haven't gone through it myself. So that is why the stuff that I share is experience. It's real life stuff that I've gone through. So I know the struggle. I've been there, like literally financially down and out, where like you literally get suicidal thoughts. You think like, flip, if I just take my car, drive it into this bridge, then this can end, because you feel so demotivated that how can you make so many bad business decisions and you consider yourself to be a smart guy? But again, things could have played out and you could have been a multi-millionaire, whatever. So that there's always risks, and so never give up or give out. And I didn't really have a support structure in terms of, I don't have a lot of friends, weirdly enough. Me and my wife, we are not very sociable, and also weirdly enough, a lot of people, when you're doing well, they actually love it when you struggle. So people are very envious of one another. So if you're seeing somebody doing well and you see him taking shots, it's almost like, yes, he's taking losses, and it makes you feel better about your own situation. But nonetheless, how did you recover, Chris? Long story, Jason, very long story. I'll maybe share it with some of you guys in the Zoom, in the backtesting session. But yeah, I just grinded it out. But yeah, it's quite a long story as to how I recovered, but we can go through it. It's actually a very cool story. Literally, when I say literally going into the trenches, when I share the story with you guys, you will understand what I mean of literally being in the trenches. But yeah, the thing is, if you are mentally the person to never give up, and that is just how I am. I'm that guy that will never give up. And unfortunately, a lot of times it is that of not giving up that sometimes kicks you in your teeth, where you're not able to accept that you have failed and to let it go. And one of my business mentors at the business school mentioned to me, and she said, Dr. Margaret Cullen, she said, Chris, being a young entrepreneur, there's two things you need to do. You need to be able to fail, and you need to be able to fail very quickly, and to realize that once you failed, that you can move on. It's not working, don't stick around it, don't hang around it, fail, learn what you needed to learn, and move on. And unfortunately, my thing is, I was never good at failing, and the next thing, I couldn't accept failure. So that is why I had to deal with so much trauma and psychology when it comes to trading, because even a small little, because I hold myself to a high level of excellence, and even one loss felt like, where did I go wrong? Why did I not do this? How did I not see this? And really going so deep down the rabbit hole where it's like, dude, it's a loss. It's not the end of the world. The market does stuff sometimes that we don't have an answer to, so there's nothing personal. And I had to learn that the hard way, to know that it's just a process game, following the process. Trevor, Chris, I've been there, I know exactly. Yeah, dude, like people don't know, and the big thing is you hold it in. Like, you don't want to make your wife or your family stress about you, but deep down you fighting demons, dude. It's like people that haven't gone through anxiety or that type of stress, where it is like literally you have failed so hard. So if you're going through it, that's why I want to do a lot of more stuff on anxiety and depression and all of that, because that is things that we have gone through, it is things that we have experienced, and you're not alone in it. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. I'll chat to you personally as well. But yeah, that's why we ultimately here, to inspire, to encourage. And Chris, being a younger man, life lessons from older life experience people inspire us. I'm glad it inspires you, dude. Sean, Chris, we honestly appreciate these streams so much, not just you sharing your views on trading, but inspiring us to keep on going. Yes, man. Thanks for the great advice. Huge respect for sharing your story and knowledge. Never thought you were in the trenches like that. Yes, Albert, I've been in the trenches. I can tell you stories where I was literally crying. Like I said, you get to the stage where you feel like the only way out is to take your own life. But it's not really something I would have considered. The thought would pass your mind, but yeah, I've been there. I've been through it, and that's why I say never give up. And when you're through that, Chris, and my wife didn't want to see a chat for months because I lost everything in Forex and now picking up pieces. Yeah, good luck, man. That's why we're here. That's why we do the streams. It's honestly, I hope you guys catch my heart of the streams. Like, I make jokes sometimes and I use the fuck word now and then, but my heart honestly is for you guys. And everything that I do is to help you as a trader, whether it's just through trading live with me, giving you insights, giving you advice, inspiring you with stories or whatever it is. Ultimately, that is my heart, and I hope you guys catch that, and that it's not something that I'm lining up to try and sell you at the end of everything. It's literally here to help. So yeah, almost good luck, man. And that's a beautiful thing about business and life and trading. There are going to be failures. There are going to be times where you feel alone, like, fuck, what am I doing? Should I give up? Should I not give up? Where do I pick up the pieces? How do you get your general, not even trading psychology, how do you get your psychology back on track where you start believing in yourself and you actually have the strength to wake up in the morning and be like, flip, I'm going to take on this day, like this day is going to be better, or whatever. It's like, there's a lot, like, life in general is tough out there for people. So that is why having a trading community, having people that have gone through similar things, being able to convey that and chat to one another, that is what helps. This is so inspirational. This trading sometimes makes me feel like it's not for me, but your story is inspiring. Thanks, Neo, man. I think the big thing is with trading is we fight ourselves, and it's when you get to that stage of when you the weird thing is we build so much layers on our trading. We feel like we need more. You need to do this, you need to do that, but once you start peeling it back and you realize you don't need all of these layers on your trading, it becomes so simple. And unfortunately, we as traders think we need to add and add and add more and more and more, where in essence a lot of you actually have more knowledge than most in trading. You need to take away now. You need to take all of that, break it down to a simple 5-step mechanical system, and literally just trade that. That is why the strategy that I've given is so simple to use. Like I said, if you use it correctly and you follow the rules, there's absolutely no reason for you not to be profitable. And for some of you that know, we are starting, maybe I should drop it, maybe I shouldn't drop it, but anyway, I'm going to drop it. We're starting a prop firm that's fully regulated, using Vault Markets as a regulated broker to trade on. We're in the final phases of testing, and we could potentially go live tomorrow. It's only going to be for a select few clients. If you're in the Discord, you will get the link to it. We're just waiting for one more payment service provider to be onboarded, then we're going live, and then I think in the next 2 weeks it will be officially launched. It is one of the first fully regulated online prop firms in the world. So that is why we've been working quite hard in the background from the start of the year to get all the servers, to get all the tech, to get everything up and running, all the compliance, all the regulation stuff. So that is also something that I'm quite excited about. That is exactly why I said that, Amos. That is why I said we're giving away a 500k. And we will be doing Rand accounts and dollar accounts. The Rand accounts will go live hopefully by the end of this month. The dollar accounts are already ready to go. The Rand accounts, we're just busy with final testing as well. So Rand accounts, dollar accounts, there's no restriction on news trading, there's no restriction on holding trades overnight or over the weekend. I personally tested every single instrument, the execution, it is absolutely world class. And I'm not just saying that because I'm partnered in the business, I'm honestly saying that from a trader's perspective, trading myself. Michael, I can already tell you now we're cheaper than the top 10 firms out there. So for the launch special, we will have the cheapest challenge prices. How long we run those launch specials, we'll see, maybe up until December, but yeah, we will be the cheapest. And again, first regulated prop firm in the space. using a fully regulated broker, and the prop firm also being a regulated entity with the FSCA. So none of those issues you saw with my Forex funds, we were already in meetings with the FSCA, and if any further regulation comes, we will actually chat with the FSCA as well to try and steer that in the right direction. Again, there is nothing wrong with regulation. I feel like a lot of people think regulation is there to kill the party, but regulation there is to protect you as a trader, protect you as a client. Because I've said it as well on the stream, if there's no regulation, who makes the rules? The only winner then is the business, because there's no rules protecting you as the client or the trader. When there's regulation that you need to comply with, that makes sure that the business is doing good business, and that gives you the ease of mind to be like, okay, these guys are regulated, and I know that the FSCA, if I've got any issue, I can lay a complaint with the FSCA, the higher power will protect me. So regulation is not a bad thing. Can I trade these accounts in the UK, or is it just for... No, it's UK, South Africa, everywhere. There's only 5 countries we do not accept, and those 5 countries, I'll tell you now. The website's also already live. The marketing team is gonna absolutely hate me for, but we're only about 30 guys here on stream, so the only countries we do not allow is Cuba, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, North Korea, Libya, Sudan, and Somalia. Those are the only countries you cannot trade with. My biggest frustration with trading is that I have never had to put this much effort and time into something before seeing a return on it. I am a decently smart guy. Why is this taking so long? Orion, that is exactly my issue as well. We think we are smart, and not in a bad way. I honestly felt like I've got an engineering degree, structural engineer, did a post-grad in business, did an MBA, and you feel like you're smart. You are smart, but the thing with the markets it's not about being smart. It's a mental thing. Then you see a guy that's got only, say, a matric certificate that's doing well. It's not about being smart, it's about psychologically that guy being on the level of understanding that it's not always necessarily about being smart, but it's about being calculated and having that emotional resilience. But I remind myself the reason this whole journey is so worth it and worthwhile, lucrative, because it's hard and most people can't crack it. So if I keep going, eventually I'll get to the other side. 100%, Edgar. 100%. I think as smart guys, we feel we need to make it difficult. We stumble across the simplicity for what trading actually is. That is the issue with us as traders, or as people thinking we are smart or clever, or let's put it that way. Because there's my 4 degrees. I'm very proud of it. That's almost 10 years worth of study. Very proud of having it. also even just paying for the studies myself. So it is not always about being smart when it comes to trading. Next stop for me is a PhD, but not now. There's too much going on, but ultimately the final step in my educational journey is a PhD. And I feel if I can get that and get the title as Dr. Chris, that will be quite sick. And you guys better believe I'm gonna play some games with that title. I want to fuck around a little bit with that title and make it fun, but that is ultimately the next step. Mandla, sometimes you feel like you're doing something, you feel like you're doing nothing, especially when waiting for a setup. It's hard, dude. That's most probably the most difficult part. I've said it so many times. Sitting, waiting for a setup is the most difficult part. And if you go and look at your trading, this is where you catch on most of the cuck, is where you can't wait and you're like, I want to see this structure break here, but now I'm preempting it. I'm like, I think it's gonna break. Let me enter here so long. Let me enter here. I'm not gonna wait for that structure break. I think this thing is gonna go up, whatever. I'm gonna enter here. I'm not gonna wait for that. And you can get something like this where it breaks or whatever and it takes you out, but then it's not a good trade because you didn't wait for your setup. Analysis is easy. You can learn most of it in about 6 months. Then it's about fine-tuning and psychology. That is where most people lose hope. Yes, exactly, Silent. What will you get your PhD in? Michael, so let me see if I can find my MBA treatise. My MBA treatise was on the psychology of forex traders in South Africa, based on the theory of planned behavior. Let me see if I can find it. I will actually share it with you guys in the Discord. Took almost 2 years to finish. Let me see if I can find it. But what I want to do the PhD on, I've actually, my mentor that helped me, Dr. Heidi Jans van Rensburg, actually wanted me to just extend the study on TPB, so the theory of planned behavior, but I didn't like it. It was more like it was a qualitative and a quantitative study, but it was more on psychology. I'm more a numbers guy coming from engineering. I enjoy numbers. Psychology, there's not really a direct answer. It's all basically hypothetical probabilities that you test. So my idea for my PhD is I want to develop a correlation matrix. And if you know how matrices work, or if you've done maths at school and you've done matrices, what I want to test is, so I'm just going to draw a little matrix here. So the big thing with trading is, what are we trying to accomplish as traders? We are trying to determine the next move up or down. Right or wrong, that's what we want to do. So my thing is, I want to try and develop something for price forecasting. But here's where it gets tricky. I want to do something that takes various correlations into account. So let's call it season. Seeing if there's a correlation between the season of a year let's call it date. I'm just gonna put date because it could be a month, it could be weekly, it could be daily. Then obviously price, certain price levels, hitting a certain level at a certain time or date. Next one is cross correlation between, let's call it CC. Then identifying cross correlations between pairs. Then obviously having, say, major fundamental events like elections. Then actually introducing weather. Then breaking it down to time of day. Then breaking it down to what was the other one? Like your standard indicators. So basically building a matrix, and then you run the data on however big you build your matrix, and then finding what correlates with what, and then using that to create, say, a back propagated neural network which uses all of this data, almost like machine learning and big data, to then teach itself that if certain things happen at certain times, this is the result. So you've got the input data, this is all the input, it's going to get calculated, it's going to give you the output data. So that is what I want to do my PhD in, but I wanted to start it this year, but honestly I honestly just want to not be in any academic environment for a while. Like I've mentioned, I've studied for almost 10 years, so I would love to just not study for a while. Just took a short on GJ, break of the lows. Let's see. Sheesh, Sean. Ballsy. I know Neil took this trade. I still said it should go break even. I hope he didn't listen to me, but if he did, this was a valid setup. I'm still waiting for UJ, guys. Sorry, let me just take that off before people think I'm buying there. I'm still waiting for this break. We're messing around here. If we can't get a break above the structure level right here, I'm not buying it. Still below the Asia lows. DXY currently fluffing around here on the Asia lows as well. The streams are running. We might as well just push it to 12 o'clock, see if we get something by then. US 30 as well, just fluffing around the Asia lows, nothing yet. We haven't moved. Nasdaq as well, ranging around that level we mentioned earlier, where the liquidity is going to come in. No liquidity has come in yet. GJ, nothing there for me. Gold on the daily S1. While talking all that shit, we missed this, but let's see, where are we? I was looking at this round number. Let's see if we get a retest. I just don't like all of this range, and as mentioned, Bank of England rate decision today. So any other day I would have taken the short right here, break below 15 pip stop, targeting the S1. But again, we're trading into a big news event. I'm not going to take the risk on that. But this is a valid setup, guys. 80 is bearish. We're trading below the daily pivot. We failed to stay above the Asia lows. This is a perfect setup on any other day, but just not for me going into the rate decision. I would have taken this trade right here. how I would have managed it if you enter it using our criteria. All you want to see is price staying below this round number right here, 12300. That is your area of contention. You don't want to see price getting back above it or holding above it. Technically it should flush, and then also if you are in the trade, monitor this level right here. We could reject from there. Chris, you planning on developing a trading? Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. It would be an algo. There's a difference between an algorithm and a trading robot. Like I mentioned, any any robot that is coded on MQL, that is the trading or the coding language for MetaTrader, is very likely not to work. And again, I'm not cocking on anyone selling bots. It is just, believe me, I've spent a lot of money, not just buying and testing bots, but developing bots myself using what is available on MQL. Hey bro, you're doing amazing work. What strategy do you trade? I just trade pivots, Harsh, on the 5 minute and on the 4 hour. So we just use standard pivots, and then we use our Asia range, Asia highs and lows, and we just trade it level to level. Check out the Discord link in the description of the video, Harsh. You can get access to that. But yeah, we technically just trading key levels. Chris, how's that study going on US30? I remember you said a week or two ago you wanted to do a study. Actually very well, Albert. That is why I've marked out the Asia lows and highs. So I actually took a trade yesterday off the Asia highs on US30. So yesterday, this was the Asia highs. I shared it in the Discord. 80 was bullish. We were trading above the daily pivot, moving averages, price also above, and I took the trade right here as we broke that structure, looking left, and 40-point stop. And I only took 1.4% on 1.4 there. Once it started ranging here, I closed out. But my initial target was this area here. That's where that breakout occurred. So I wanted to trade it up to there, but I told Keegan I'm not going to be greedy. 1.4% was an easy trade. So yeah, it's going very well. My only concern, and why I said I wanted to backtest it, is to see whether, because a lot of times, for instance with gold during the London session will move one way and then start pulling back. You won't get the continuation. Like, we'll push one way and then later for New York go the other way. I just wanted to make sure that the Asia lows are not there just to fake traders out, that you can get continuations away from the level. Oh, Sean, what a guy. Sean Orange. Sean Orange taking the session low idea and running with it. Even though we didn't catch this trade, guys, I feel like I dropped a lot of value we got a little bit sidetracked. This was the level that we mentioned. Once we get a break of structure, maybe some of you took it, we mentioned that we want to see the same follow through from what we had during FOMC, what we had during Asia. And again, remember we mentioned, why would London go against both those sessions? So if you did not go through the streams, go back to the start of the streams. It is not something special, it's just common sense. Think of it as any normal workday. Guys getting to their desk, they open up their terminals, they go through the news, they go and watch what happened. But again, the analysis I think was laid out very well. We said we were bearish on GJ. I honestly thought we'll get more movement on the indices. We have not. I want to set alerts here. I will let you guys know in the Discord if once I take this, maybe we even get it a little bit deeper here. I'm going to set 2 alerts. One for the break of structure here at 148.24. 148.24. You can do the same as well. That's going to be a break of structure. I'll be buying. And then I'm setting an alert at 148.07. I want to see what price does at the daily pivot. Other than that, nothing for me in the session. Guys, I really want to thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Today's stream was a little bit deeper in terms of sharing a little bit of my life story. I'll share some more on that as we go along. And again, I just want to thank you so much for joining. It is still only the start of what we want to do. I'm really excited. Myself and Mo, the creative director here, we had a chat yesterday, and we've got so much planned that we want to do and what we want to get out. So yeah, I really enjoy it, guys. I look forward to it every morning. The streams have become almost like a little baby for me. It's really something that I want to build, and obviously the Discord community as well. So I really appreciate all of you joining. And again, as I mentioned, our heart is to help. So I really hope you see that, and I hope you guys feel my heart in what we do. And I do appreciate all of you guys. So with that being said, nothing today for me, unfortunately. Tomorrow is Friday. Maybe tomorrow the volume comes. I will be trading this afternoon. Join the Discord link in the description. I will share my trades there. But other than that, guys, peace and love. Trade safe. I will see your... My heart is orange. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. And peace and love, guys. See you tomorrow.